Saludos fanáticos y fanáticas de Boxeo 24/7 y del boxeo en general. Espero que estén todos teniendo un lindo fin de semana largo, Labor Day Weekend. Espero que estén todos pasándola muy bien. Y como de costumbre, queremos empezar saludando a Tanis Diamond Boutique, lo mejor en prendas y accesorios. Mi gente, por solamente $5, usted quiere una pulsera, pantalla, clip de pelo, pulsera, sortijas, collares. No busque más nada. Tanis Diamond Boutique, una joyería 100% digital. Y usted por un precio módico la va a conseguir. Buen precio, se envió a todo Puerto Rico, Estados Unidos e Isla de Guam. No hay excusa, mi gente. Joyería 100% digital. Dígale a la dama, mío, me gusta, me interesa, la quiero para mí. Y ella con mucho gusto la separa. Y mi gente, por un precio bajo y más taxi envío, obviamente. Envíos a Puerto Rico, Estados Unidos e Isla de Guam. Ya saben, mi gente, ahí tienen en la página. Así me lo consiguen en Facebook e Instagram. Y ahora, si usted vive en Florida y quiere un buen espectáculo, explíquese un evento, bar mitzvah, aniversario, quinceañero, sweet 16, boda, lo que usted quiera, no hay nada que buscar. Ditos hermosos son los duros en ese tipo de eventos. Muy bueno en organizarlo y hacen ajeros también, canastas. Si usted quiere regalarle algo especial a un ser querido y un evento esté organizado, no busque más nada. Dichos hermosos, los duros en eso. Bueno, me complace hoy. Tenemos saludos, Tanis. Gracias por su patrocinio. Me complace hoy presentarles a la campeona mundial, Stephanie, the Enforcer Han. How you doing, Steph?
Good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I thank you for saying yes. And there's something that is really special about you, and is that you are a world champion, and you were getting off the ring and you were already saying yes to us. So it's something we really appreciate. So thank you for saying yes and committing to your word.
Thank you. Thank you.
First of all, at what age and how did you fall in love with boxing?
I started off with martial arts first. My dad is a martial arts teacher. So I started off at 3 in martial arts, and then I started boxing at 10 because of my older siblings. They started doing boxing, so because they did it, we had to do it.
Okay, I understand. So tell us a little bit of a story of you as an amateur boxer.
I was a very good. I feel I had won a couple of championships, national championships as an amateur. I boxed again, started at 10 years old, and then I stopped boxing probably at 20 years old. But for me, I was a natural athlete and very competitive. If I did something, whatever I did, it didn't matter what sport, I liked to win.
Okay. So how was that offer? How was the approach for you to jump from amateur boxing to professional boxing?
So my older sister, her name is Jennifer Hahn. She was a professional boxer and she was a world champion. And she ended up having her first baby. And after she had her first baby, she was offered to fight Katie Taylor. We all know who Katie Taylor is. And my sister had gained so much weight because of that fight, or because of her pregnancy, and she had to lose about 80 pounds for Katie Taylor. And it was during COVID, like right after COVID, so she didn't have good sparring partners. So I was like, I'm gonna help you. I'll come back to boxing so I can help you out. And so that's what I did. I was like, you're gonna be on national television, and I know you're meant to lose, but I'm gonna help you the best that I possibly can. So I came back to boxing to help my older sister.
Okay. Yeah, I know who Kate Taylor is. She fought. I'm Puerto Rican, and she fought Americano 3 times.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Epic fights.
I know who she is. Well, they fought 4 times. I think it was.
They fought 3 times, professional fighters, but all those fights were crazy. Great. The first two were amazing. The last one too. Amanda Serrano's amazing.
Yeah. So how was your debut? It was on October 30th, 2021. Were you nervous? How were you? Were you nervous? Were you confident? It was in New Mexico. And so, tell us a little bit more about the night that you made your debut.
Yeah, so when I came back to boxing again, I had taken 10 years from boxing. I became a police officer. I got married. I had my two beautiful kids. So I decided to come back after I helped my sister. I still had some skills. At I had my professional debut at 31 years old. But I wasn't nervous. I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have the intention of being the best boxer I possibly can and being a world champion. And I wasn't going to be nervous or play psychological games. I was going to go in the ring and do the best that I possibly could.
That's good to know. That's really good to know. Yeah, I figured that that's where they get the name the enforcer, right? Because you were a police officer before being going back to boxing.
Yes, I'm still a police officer. I'm doing both.
Wow, a mom, a boxer, and a police officer. That's something that we men we actually love from you, woman. Your mother, if you're maybe you're a wife, and all those things. That's something that we really appreciate and we admire. So, we admire that from you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So, then there's a few fights. I'm not gonna go through each one of them, but you fought Kim Colbert, which was your fourth fight, and that was your first victory by TKO in the first round. So that fight was in El Paso. You live in El Paso. You're from El Paso as well. You won by TKO in the first round. Being that fight in El Paso, was that something you had planned? You wanted to prefer, to go over the wedge, in El Paso, or was it something that just came without you knowing it?
It was very hard for me to get fights in the beginning. So I had fought in my first debut in October 31st or 20, I can't remember the date, but 2021. And then I think I got one fight that year, and then I think I got another fight the next year. But I was staying busy the whole time. But all these fights, professional boxing, oh, it's gonna happen, and so many fights got canceled, or so many opponents pulled out. It was very frustrating. So I was training hard for 2 years, and I only had two fights. And then Kim Colbert, I'm so glad that I was able to fight her, um, because again, it was so difficult getting those fights in the beginning. And I do fight locally here in El Paso, where I'm from, and in Las Cruces because the promoters here, they know I can sell tickets. So for me, I'm like, I'm gonna get a fight wherever I can because I don't want to waste all this time for nothing. So I think, yeah, my first couple of fights were in El Paso or New Mexico, which is very close to where I live.
Okay, so that you have a really solid fan base around that area.
Yes. Again, I come from a fighting family, so my older sister and my older brother, they were professional fighters. We have martial arts schools here, so they had a following, and I inherited their following as well. So we could definitely have support here where I'm from in El Paso.
Okay, and after that fight, it was your first fight where you go to the distance being 8 rounds. I mean, you're a fighter that's known because of that because you mostly of your fights you go to the distance. So then you fought Simone Aparecida da Silva, which is a really tough opponent and really a Brazilian, really tough. You're like fighting a wall because she's
Oh
like
yeah, she's like a wall.
yeah, she's like
She's very
incredible.
tough, very experienced. Um, she fights the best. Like she's not afraid of anyone. And I'm so glad I got a fighter too because again, like every opponent, every fight I have, I learned something from it. And I learned
Yeah,
from her. She's very strong, very durable, and never judge a book by its cover. She definitely knows how to fight.
how you felt making that fight of 8 rounds and like a wall like Simone. Okay, having some technical difficulties around here. Let me see if I can fix it. Vamos a ver si lo podemos arreglar, mi gente. Vamos a ver si con Stephanie Han podemos. Stephanie, you there? Can you hear me? Estoy teniendo un problema aquí, mi gente. Vamos a ver si lo arreglamos rápido. Vamos a ver si lo arreglamos aquí. Stephanie, can you hear me? Stephanie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what happened. We had some little technical difficulty, but we're back here. So the question was, how you felt fighting 8 rounds to someone like Simone?
It was a learning experience. Again, that was the first fight I've ever done 8 rounds. She was very strong. I learned a lot from that fight. So I'm glad I gained that experience fighting her. I think every fight, you gain experience and it prepares you for the next fight.
Okay, and there's a fight I'm very interested in. It was also in El Paso against Miranda Reyes. Brutal fight, brutal fight. You had a cut since the first round, and it was like a really, really, really action fight, which is a really, I mean, I was like, wow, and this is going to be my show. So, tell me about, walk me through the entire fight against Miranda Reyes.
So yeah, before that, we definitely we both had enough time to prepare for one another. But Miranda Reyes is a very tough opponent. She's I think 10 years younger than me. She's strong, she's fast, she's powerful. So I already knew in advance that that fight was going to be definitely one hell of a fight, and it definitely was. From the start to the end, it was nonstop action. It was a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and I had to literally push through every fight because we were both dogs. Like we weren't going to give up. There was no slowing down with her. There's no slowing down with me. So it was definitely a fight that I'm definitely going to remember.
Yeah, you were cut in the first round, and how could you manage to fight with the cut, with that nasty cut you had in the
It
near
was
the
it was
eyebrow?
the it was the first round that happened, and I've never been cut before in a fight, so I had to deal with that. And I want to say, like, I think the third round, fourth round, the blood was going through my eyes, so I couldn't see. So I remember I was blinded, and I was like, holy crap. So but I was still getting punched, so then I had to adapt and adjust to that, not being able to see, and to keep my composure, and to not be so stressed out, and to relax and to still fight through. I was able to, but yeah, that fight definitely taught me a lot. And it was scary at moments because of that cut and not being able to see.
Okay, Stephanie, we got some good news for you. We have right over here a new fan from Washington over here.
Okay, hi.
Okay, so going back to the boxing thing. After that fight, you fought Hannah Turlep, which was the for the title. I don't remember who, if it was vacant or something. And you won by KO in the first round. What it meant to you winning your first title in El Paso and by knockout in the first round? How it meant to you winning that title in your hometown?
I really never get nervous for fights because I've already prepared myself before, mentally and physically. I'm like, I'm gonna let all the hard work show off, and I prepare for this fight, and I'm gonna do well. But for that Hannah Turlip fight, it was the first time I was nervous because now, like, I came back to boxing to become a world champion, and now the opportunity's there. So I was like, don't mess us up, Stephanie. Do not mess us up. So I was nervous. I'm like, I just want to get this fight over with because I've been training hard and I want that belt. But the way I won in my hometown, I've never knocked someone out so clean in my life, and it was just my moment, and I'm never gonna forget that moment ever. Having that win in El Paso in front of my family and my friends and my coworkers, absolutely memorable.
Okay, it's really nice. So now, Stephanie, this is the fight that I want to talk to you about. This is the fight that is like leaping, crawling to another whole new level. Not that you're a low level, but this was like a different level. You fought on the August 23rd in the Caribe Royale in Orlando, which was a fight that has people like Giovanni Sayes, Lucas Badi, Janky Rivera, my fellow journeyman, and you fought Paulina Angel, your first defense. I want to get off a few things first. You were knocked down in the first round, and then you continued, and you won every one of those rounds after. So, Stephanie, walk me through that fight.
Yes. So obviously this is my first fight with MVP. It's a different platform. A lot of celebrities are there. A different type of stress and different level of fight. But I'm excited to be with them. I'm excited to actually fight with them. And then the first round, I get clocked. I get stunned. I go down, and my initial reaction was like, "Damn it, this sucks." You know what I mean? I think I had some deja vu because I'm like, I think I've been here before in a dream. But my initial thought was like, well, now I'm down, and now I have to catch up. So I get up, I'm ready, and I keep fighting the next couple rounds because I know that round is going to be a 10-8 round, and I didn't come here to lose, and I'm not going to let this belt go away.
Okay, yeah, because after that fight, you were able to manage that. It's something like I said, wow, this girl just got knocked down and she won every single one. That was my reaction. You can ask my wife, you don't believe me, actually. So,
No,
Stephanie,
no, I definitely yeah, it was definitely adversity. I've had my share of adversity in fights, and again through life and through experience in those fights, I think all of it came together. But I wasn't gonna let that first round knockdown define me, and I wasn't gonna let her take the victory over me.
yeah, and that's something that I really like because in my podcast, it's a good podcast. I'm being serious with you and respectful. But even though I have that work ethic, I also have some haters, and we all have adversities in being me being a podcaster and a trainer, both because I'm also a trainer, and you being a boxer, you have fans and haters. But there's this philosophy that a coach taught me: if you have only fans and no haters, you're doing something wrong. But if you have fans and haters, means you're doing something right.
I totally 100% agree with you. 100%. Thank you.
Yeah. So Stephanie, you have a new fan over here, and is there, I know you just came out from a fight. You want to take some rest, have fun with your family, like you told me, and have some, heal and all that. But is there something planned? Is there something like, uh, maybe yes, maybe no, or is there nothing yet, concrete?
There's, signing with MVP. I feel like MVP is the team that I think every female wants to be on because they're signing the best females, and they have the best shows, the best exposure, the best platform. So I'm very grateful to be part of this team. And there's so many amazing girls that MVP has. MVP has they just signed Terry Harper. She's also another lightweight champion in my weight class. They signed Holly Holm. She's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. She's very close to where I live. She's an absolute legend. And then you have Amanda Serrano, you have Chantel Cameron, you have the other lightweight champions, Beatrice Ferreira, you have Caroline Dubois. The list is endless, but I feel like my future is definitely bright with MVP. So I know the opportunity is going to be there, and I'm just excited to see who my next opponent's going to be. But right now, at least this week, I've been resting and letting the stitches heal on my head, and I'm going to enjoy my family, enjoy these moments, and then I'll start hitting the gym probably next week.
Okay, well, Stephanie, we're almost at the end of the interview, and is there any names that you want to fight, or you want to keep that just to yourself? We totally respect that.
Um, I feel like any person with MVP, I feel like the opportunity is gonna happen. I want the big names. I would love Holly Holm. I would love Terry Harper. Um, Amanda Serrano, who doesn't want to fight Amanda Serrano, but we'll see what happens, and I'm just looking forward for those future opportunities.
So with Amanda Serrano, she's been very, how do I say it? She's been very fighting for girls have the same thing as men when you talk about paydays and when you talk about 12 rounds, 3 minutes. If Amanda Serrano says, Stephanie, we'll fight, but it will be 12 rounds, 3 minute round. Will you accept that?
100%. I'll do whatever conditions she wants because she's the legend. She's the icon. She's done so much for women's boxing. She is the face of women's boxing. So just the opportunity to share the ring with her, absolutely. Whatever she wants. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God! There you go.
Absolutely.
Stephanie is able to do that, and it's something really beautiful that women are getting the exposure they need because I've been in a lot of shows, and I've seen, wow, the main event that were just men hugging, but the fight between the woman, or the woman like actually like beating themselves up to that. I mean, it's
No,
something
no,
that we need.
women could fight. You know, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, all their fights have been amazing and historic. And I was in New York when they just had their last fight, the all-female card, absolutely amazing. All those females were amazing. They just made history, and it's a really great time for women in boxing right now. The popularity has grown so much, and it's people like Amanda Serrano, it's people like Katie Taylor who give us a great name and give positivity to this sport.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, we here in Boxeo 24/7, we're actually trying to give women like yourself, a world champion, some exposure, because that's what you girls need, and that's what you also deserve as well. So, Stephanie, I really enjoyed this time talking with you, and I hope it's not the last one. If there's ever another interview or another show, just give us a call, and just or find us. You know how to find us, and we'll give you the same time that we give to all our guests in this show if you want to talk about something else. So, Stephanie, once again, thank you, champ. That's what I actually call you, Stephanie. Thank you, champ, for this afternoon, and just enjoy the rest of your day. Mi gente, Stephanie Han, femenina, boxeadora, campeona. Vamos a apoyarla. Hay que ver a todas las mujeres, ¿ok? I'll translate it
Muchas
right now.
gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. You don't speak Spanish there. Oh my God, you're a
My
boxer.
husband's from Mexico City. I understand poquito español. Sí.
Oh, okay. Well, Stephanie, thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.